Okay, so, boy, I've not done this in a long time. Anyways, I don't even know how to handle a camera anymore. Anyways, yeah, it's been months since I made any kind of video, or even attempted to make any kind of video. And, you know, I really don't have any excuse for that other than the simple fact of I got a little frustrated and I haven't had a whole lot that, you know, I wanted to say or that I wanted to update on because, frankly, well, I haven't had a whole lot of good news. So I guess I'll just make a quick update and let people know what's going on. You know, gosh, I don't even know what the last update I made was. But let's put it to you this way. If any of you believe in, what do you call it? Manifest destiny, you're looking at it. Lord knows that I had every intention in the world of getting my RV fixed up and ready to live in and be living in it long ago, long before now. And, you know, when I thought I was being creative and I thought I was going to create a name for all this and everything, I called it Destination Nowhere. Well, here we go, guys. Months and months later, and guess what? I have gone nowhere. The RV is still being fixed. It's not even ready to live in yet. There's been a lot of things done to it. We've uncovered more things that need to be done to it, and it has just turned into quite a project. And it's coming along. It's not great, but it is a process. And it is a lot lengthier of a process than I thought it would be. Now keep in mind, I'm still working full time, so I've only got maybe one good day out of the week that I get to do anything on it. And then of course everything, you know, it's a lot of it's got to rely on, you know, when the money's there and when the time is there. Some of these projects can't be done very quickly. So the time consuming projects, you kind of have to plan that stuff out weeks in advance. Part of the reason why I haven't made a whole lot of videos of what I've done on the RV is, for one thing, I never took into account how much extra little effort it was going to take to have a video camera involved. And I found that when I was trying to make videos, and I've attempted to make a few videos while I was doing stuff, and I still have some of that footage and everything, so I may piece together little things and kind of show you the process, but largely the camera turned out to be more of a pain in the ass than anything else. And another thing is that I've had, you know, my little helper or whatever else, my nephew that helps me, he doesn't really like the whole idea of being on camera or being on YouTube or anything else. So, you know, I have to keep that in mind. So I have to make sure that, you know, and to be perfectly honest, when I was trying to get something done and I'm trying to focus on what I'm doing, and at the same time, I'm also having to focus on, okay, is the camera catching this? You know, whatever, am I being descriptive enough in how I'm talking my way through it? And then, you know, all these factors. So the camera started to turn into a frustrating thing, and maybe that's something that'll evolve. And maybe when I get onto some of the smaller projects, maybe it won't be that difficult to incorporate the camera and be able to make some more videos that are actually worthwhile. But anyways, I've still watched a lot of videos, and I've still watched a lot of people come along, and you know, somebody in particular has just kind of reached out and made me feel like, you know, maybe even though I'm not living in an RV yet, maybe even though I'm still kind of stuck in a rut right now with what I'm doing, maybe there's still things that I want to share, maybe things that I want to talk about on my videos, and maybe just have fun with it and maybe help develop, you know, this channel and be a little more involved. So I kind of want to do that. I kind of want to get back into this and start getting a little, feedback and everything else again, because for me, I think that would help as a motivator. For the large part, for anybody who's just, the few subscribers I have, if y'all have just thought, my God, okay, there's another guy that, got started and realized he was way in over his head and just quit. No, I haven't quit at all. I've quit making videos, obviously, but I've not quit at all on the dream or whatever else. It's still in motion. The RV itself is great. I still love it. I've had a few moments where I kind of thought, oh damn it, I should have bought a newer rig. I should have bought a bigger rig or whatever else. But I'm not second guessing myself anymore. I mean, I knew what I wanted when I saw it. I knew what it could become, and it's a process. It's going to be getting me there, and I want to do it right. So took care of all the mechanical stuff first. Made sure that, we had the tires right. I found a good mechanic, and I actually have a tip for anybody that's looking for a good RV mechanic. How I found my mechanic was I actually went to a KOA campground here locally and literally just walked in and asked the people in the office, hey, you've got all these people living here with RVs. Some of them aren't local, most of them aren't local. Who do you refer? Who do you send them to if they've got an issue with their rig? I mean, where do they go to get anything serviced? Because when I started calling around and started explaining, that I needed these maintenance things done, there were quite a few places that immediately weren't that interested in taking it. For one thing, they didn't have the space, or they really didn't know enough about RVs to really want to take it on. And especially when I told them how old mine was. Mine is 30 years old. It's a hassle to find parts and all of those things to consider. So I ended up finding a mechanic. He's just an auto mechanic, but he does work on RVs. He's not any kind of specialist or anything like that, but he has no problem working on RVs. And, it did take a while to find parts. I took the RV to him, and he had it for 3 weeks. And in that 3 week time, I was a nervous wreck. I thought it was going to cost a fortune, but it actually turned out to be real reasonable. And we got a lot done. I feel very confident now in everything going on under the hood. I mean, we rebuilt a carburetor. We replaced pretty much everything as far as, hoses, belts, full tune-up, all new plugs and wires, just about everything I could think of, oil change and all the simple stuff, and got a lot accomplished. And from the moment that was done until now, I mean, it is just a completely different vehicle. Takes off and is just ready to go. It's so frustrating because every time I get behind the wheel, I'm just ready to get on the freeway and just head off. I haven't gotten to take a single trip in this motorhome yet, and it's really frustrating. But we uncovered some other issues. I bought a fantastic fan. I took it upon myself to install the fan. Had no problem removing the old vent, getting the wiring, everything else. Got the fantastic fan installed and working, and then discovered a leak, and then another, and then another. And then we unearthed a very poorly done patch job in my roof that was potentially catastrophic. I mean, it was just bad. It was hard to believe that it wasn't as noticeable inside the cabin until the ceiling started coming down, and then you pull the insulation out, and it was just gnarly, scary. So the roof has had to be addressed. And roofs are not simple, they are not cheap, and if anybody's ever owned a Toyota Dolphin, they're not made very well. They're not made very well at all. We're having to step outside the box, and this is going to be a major operation to put a new roof on this RV. But the good news is, I've got a guy that's actually, the RV's over at his place right now, but he is going to reseal the existing roof to buy us some time, because we're gonna need a shop, we're gonna need some scaffolding, and we're gonna need a lot of material, and we're going to completely strip and rebuild this motorhome. I'm really digging deep into this now. This will be a major operation. It may not happen for a year. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to wait a year to move into it. I'm still planning on moving into it in the spring. But when it comes time for this major operation, literally, I'm going to have to get creative. But I'll keep you posted on how that's all going to come about. I've starting to come up with a few options and a couple ideas, and we'll see how it all works out. But that will be a major operation. So before I do any really big long-term traveling or whatever else, all this is going to have to happen. But I promised I was going to start making my videos shorter, so I'm going to cut this off now. I'm actually going to record a couple other videos just to kind of keep them short, a little more on topic, so to speak. But anyways, for any of you subscribers that are getting a chance to catch up with me, I appreciate you sticking in there, and hopefully we'll see some more videos real soon. And for right now, take care. Appreciate it.